Hi everyone, I'm Brian Ewell, the Master Superintendent at Uplands Golf Club. Today is December 23rd and it has definitely been one of the years for weather records, whether it was heat in the summer or just chronic rainfall throughout the year. This year to date, we have had 1,060 millimeters of rain, or 42 inches. So just under 4 feet of rain has fallen here in the greater Victoria area this year, and 2/3 of that has fallen in the last 2.5 to 3 months. And when it gets that amount of rainfall coming on the property, we start to see a lot of these wet areas show up. We're here on the 12th fairway, and we start to see these soft areas, as you can see, water squishing out from under my feet, and also some sponginess. So there's a couple things going on here that we need to take care of. One is either we can take care of the top couple inches where we have some compaction, or also some thatch. I've taken a hole changer here and I've removed a profile. And as I break this away, this spongy layer here is called thatch. It's a layer of decaying organic matter, very similar to a sponge, and it holds water. This is decaying grass clippings, decaying roots and tissue. And much like a sponge, you can see water coming out of this sponge here. So we can take care of the top layer by using a aerator tine like normal traditional fairway aeration, where we're pulling plugs. And if the club has the budget, we can use sand to fill up the holes that are left in the fairway. Or we can use solid tines as well that will just punch a hole into it and allow air and water to move through. So you have the choice of doing two different types of aeration on it. But as you can see with this traditional fairway aeration, it only gets down to about 2 to 3 inches. And as you saw when I pulled this layer off here, we're still compacted down below. So with over 69,000 rounds here at Uplands Golf Club, we have a lot of compaction here. And you can see how this is just basically solid bricks of soil. Water and air doesn't move through this. We did some drainage not too long ago. And as we cut into the trench, we had a very similar situation where we had this thatch layer on top, and you could actually see the layer of compacted soil in there that was limiting water movement through. In the bottom of the trench, it was actually dry underneath. I brought a shovel out here as well, just to pull the profile out. Once again, you can see this thatch layer here. You can see the water coming out of here. So traditional aeration, we need to remove this thatch layer. You can see the water coming right out of there. So aeration and sand top dressing will help create porosity here and allow the air and water to move through the profile. But you see this type of water here, yet in this hole here, the soil actually is quite dry. There's no casual water in there, and the water can drain through there. So we need to break that compaction layer. So when we're aerating, we can either look at traditional aeration that takes care of the top aeration, or the top compaction area and thatch, or we can use deep tine. So we've started to do deep tine aeration. We can get tines that are 1/2 inch to 3/4 inches in diameter, and they can go down anywhere from 8 inches to 12 inches deep. And these tines will punch into the ground, and as they're going into the ground, they will create a prying action and actually open up this compaction layer. So that tine will get through here and start to break up these soil compacted areas and allow air and water to move through. So it's a great time of the year here in the Pacific Northwest. We're open 12 months of the year that we can start using this deep tine aeration. And you can see the wear on these tines when they're hitting rocks and sand and abrasion. They do start to thin out and actually get a little bit shorter over time. We can also use smaller tines. We use these on the greens as well. And these tines will go in, not creating as big of a hole, but yet we've got an ability to get air and water down through the profile and keep our greens and tees quite firm. So there's a double the amount of these tines. One of the last types of aeration is a drill and fill aerator. This is a slow process. These machines aren't readily available here in the Pacific Northwest, but we have used them in the past on the green. These machines will drill down, auger into the soil anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. As the tines come out, sand will fill in. So we've done this on a few of our problematic soil greens for draining issues, and this has made a big difference as well. This is a slow process. It'll take almost 4 hours just to do one green, but over the years we've taken some old soil-based greens and made them quite playable through the winter. So these are some of the options that we have in order to improve the drainage and manage this 42 inches or over 1,000 millimeters of rain this year. Happy golfing, everyone.